That is a lolly. No, you son of a bitch. Okay. We got that clip.
It was good. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You have to drink some.
Oh, that's what I'm doing right now. Text. Scroll down. There you go. Alright. I'm gonna let them enjoy this. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Yeah, I already know why. Hey everyone, ATM 77 only share. Welcome to a live stream of Genshin Impact. This is gonna be a character story, character story. Correct myself. And it's not about Klee. It's about him, Kazuha. So we're gonna get Kazuha's story, but first, in order to do his story, we're gonna have to do some couple things before we start. Let me bring in two people there. There you go. I know you heard that in the stream.
Oh Lord.
In case, just to let you know.
Oh yeah, I knew it as soon as I saw Klee. I was like, oh, we're gonna do it.
No, the fun. Here's a crazy thing. The real fun is gonna come in the event. That's
Oh,
when I'm
yeah.
gonna ask. That's when the real fun begins.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely helping with that. I'm definitely helping with that one.
Alright, let's
and
go
it's
take a
raining
look.
over here now. Oh, it's raining over here now. Ooh, nice. Hopefully it'll help cool it off. Hopefully it helps cool it off over here. Jeez,
Diamond in the rough edge, in the rough. Diamond in the rug. Let's see. This one. 2 is
How many primo?
second to last. Yeah, second to last. And third.
Oh my god. Okay, ATM, you wanna know what's funny? I just went onto the wish thing to look. How you had the Klee banner up? I looked on, I swore the last banner I was looking at was Kazuha, and then I look and it's on Klee's banner. I'm like,
Yeah, they both can have the same thing.
yeah, but I was saying that I thought I was on Kazuha's banner last when I was looking at it, like, wow. It's like as soon as you put the purge thing, it just summoned it to the Klee's banner. Jesus. It's like the game even knows that she's Doomsday.
That's exactly why. She's known as Doomsday. Anyone who knows that character.
Yup. Oh right, yeah, I forgot. We should, I'm guessing that is all the things done, Snowwolf. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, then, yeah. So then I'm gonna have to back out. So you should keep playing a little bit.
Joanne, why you was freaking out when you heard that? Like, when you said "oh no" when you heard the purge sound. Okay, something's going on with the. Welcome to the Avenger skill. Okay.
Thank you for completing today's commission. Here is your reward.
Okay.
Thank you for the one.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see what all Ace says to me still, because again.
She's playing, so I'm probably gonna sneak in. Watch her not notice. If I get Klee, she's gonna freak out.
She is on Genshin. I know that because that's how I was talking to Ace, and that's how I also know that because that's how she told me. Is that she got Toma.
Jan's house husband. I'm sorry, I had to bring it up. Anything up?
Okay.
Diamond on the rug.
Oh shit, my grandma came in. I would be right back. I realized his grandma came here.
Alright.
Hey Adam, welcome to the stream.
Hello there. Oh, I hate that commission so much. That's just another commission. I hear it thundering a bit over here, but it ain't even supposed to storm today. Yes, it is, Grandma. Yes, it is, Grandma. It is thunder, but it isn't lightning or nothing. But it isn't like it's not like lightning or anything, so it might be in a different part of the county. It was raining. Well, like I said, Grandma, it might be in a different part of the county, and we just get the rain and the thunder from it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe we'll just get the rain and the freaking thunder from whatever part of the county is getting a storm. I mean, it usually happens, anyways.
Try your luck betting on Jade.
God dang it, I didn't mean to do it. Just measuring something, guys. Just give me a minute. Let's see what happens.
Stabilize.
Alright. Let's put it right here, just in case.
Rise.
Okay,
Yeah.
my grandma is here.
Alright.
Where are you going for the...
It's gonna be Sunday.
Everyone's doing alright. Yeah.
That's good. This time
Okay,
I
not
make
bad.
Sunday 3 because I have 8. So I will be paid to the kitchens to make Sunday. So I will be back soon.
Alright.
She's gonna have... Huh. She's gonna have fun, I'll tell you that for. Okay, don't care about the star class. What now? Time in. Okay. Oh, there's a crack. That hurts. Alright. That's out of the way. Alright, next, let's go to the diamond on the rough edge. No, not diamond on the rough. Let's deal with the fucking enemies over there, and then we'll start doing Kazuhas. Okay, YouTube's acting up on your end. Yeah, your YouTube's acting up. So, we'll fix that. They're gonna have to fix that. Short term lane.
Oh, fudge. YouTube acting up, that ain't good.
Okay, that's the one we saving for last. Thanks for the lift. There they are.
Like the spectrums in there.
Oh my god.
What?
How many spots you been here? Die already.
Oh, it's one of those kumbaya friends.
Yep.
Stop disturbing the
Die.
peace.
One of them died.
Stop disturbing the peace with their kumbaya stuff.
Time for the Mona Lisa to go to work.
What just happened to that one hilly trail? It's like he tripped on a rock and smacked his head on the ground.
Mm.
He just tripped on a rock and said, "Don't worry, guys." Oh, bonk.
Yeah.
He just slipped on a rock and freaking smacked his head on the ground. Good.
Alright. Time to go back up there. And let's do the go.
Yeah, I actually used all that strategy when I was helping Snowwolf out with one of the commissions for the freaking towers. I used freaking Arakujo. It was just shooting the towers, and they didn't even care. The hilly trolls didn't even care. They were like, "Oh."
Yeah, like once you
like,
shoot it, they don't know what the hell's going on. Like, huh? That's maybe my imagination.
No, it was funny because they started panicking. Like, huh? What? Wait, huh? What? Wait, huh? Wait, the tower's gone. Well, what happened to the tower? What happened to the tower? Just someone destroyed the tower.
Hello.
Oh, look, kill that brick. Kill that brick.
And we got these things. Oh, okay, there you go. Just die.
I will have order.
Goodbye, boys. And again, this isn't doing the work. Alright, last one. And then we're gonna go to meet someone first. Also, guys, feel free to ask any questions. I'm not doing this stuff. Oh, okay. Okay, no, enough of stuff. Don't do that, Brian. And she took damage from fall. Fall damage, okay.
We're way behind schedule.
You'll be fine. Okay. No, let's go with that. Okay. You tired of course. Alright, we're good. Alright. That's out of the way. Alright. Oh. I'm doing good too. Alright, that's good. Oh, for fuck's sake, and I'm muscle memory. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward. Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Hey, Alright. Alright, let me do one more fun thing.
Okay.
Well, let me recalculate my, Okay, yep, 36. 37. Okay, 7. Okay, so Alright, I'm at 42%. This will be 43. Let's see what happens. Ah, ejection. Okay, that's good enough for me.
Save a little bit of onion so when you do a hot dog.
Alright.
Okay, juice.
Let's see who is on. Yeah, she is. She could put Tomo, you know.
Thinking of popping in, maybe.
Alright, you know what? Let's set up the team. Alright, main story team. So, we do know for a fact. Oh, I'd like to get Kazuha, but we're gonna save that for now.
A pleasure to be working with you.
Instead, we're gonna have, yep, we keep these two. Alright. L2 to unlock. We'll do his story. Upon the plan of the purple shadow. Go to the... Alright, let's go over there. That's an Amazuma, correct? Yes, indeed. Yeah. Oh, it's right there. So we're gonna use Ayaka just to the fun of it. And just to let you know, yep, I got the Pessimistic Desire. That's the only one I'm gonna give him. Until we hit to Sumeru, and hopefully you get that, they got the Curse Sword. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we're looking to have a gold fish. For our traveler.
Alright.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then.
As if in a blink of an eye. Well, there have been many events.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today?
Wait a moment.
Huh? What's up?
And there goes the cuteness. Taking a picture. Okay, that curses someone coming. Be careful.
Hey, what the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right, let's convince him
Lost
to calm
Havoc.
down a little.
Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah. Damn, that's hard. How he marks me and like this.
Take this.
Oh,
So you don't have a vision after all. Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kazuha? He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
Couldn't agree more.
Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back.
I actually have a hunch.
Oh? What kind of hunch?
I think this guy has that special connection to Kazuha.
A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
I feel like their fighting style are kind of the similar.
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything. Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger.
Sounds good.
I heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
That begins the story quest. Huh. What an idiot want to start attacking me for no reason. I swear to God, that Paimon is an adorable being. Like I said to Joanne, embrace the cuteness. Alright.
Yeah, so probably found out it's gonna be thunder in here for a bit because there's some storms moving through. It's mainly just raining over here though, at least, so.
Yeah, just raining. That might be coming over here in a bit, so.
Yeah, I know they said that they're moving east, so they're probably gonna be hitting like.
Oh no, so that's heading to like, wait, is east? Yeah, so it is coming to New York in a bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be heading east, so probably gonna be hitting Raleigh too. Which I know one of my friends in Raleigh is gonna be upset. Cause he said he planned to sit out there on a pool chair and just chill out.
Where Kazuha is.
Yeah, that.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
Two?
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, and this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Mizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
You could compare it to a technique that Beto used to strike down the Hashin. That's how block, basically.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
The Shogun probably wants to show some goodwill. After all, the Raiden Shogun mindset has changed. That's the point.
Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Not good enough. Okay, so the Tenryo Commission has the information they need. Oh, for fuck's sake. Brain, why do you have to bring back that memory? Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah, speak to the fucking devil. Jay, remember the Venti shit? Like, my memory just brung up again. I was like, again, anything that involves with him is a problem. Wait. Do I have to go to Amazon City? The answer is yes. Alright, we're getting inside. Oh, yep. And just like that. Just right there.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
I hear a thing or two.
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
Oh, okay. That's we didn't know. Jay. He's not there. So, now we know more of the reason why some of the bladesmen left. The bladesmith went to the Snezhnaya. So, now we know that some of the bladesmen from during the aftermath of the war left the situation. Huh.
We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I
Okay.
imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
Is it possible? Are they using to? Is it possible how? Okay, hear me out, Jay.
Yeah.
You know how Tentaglia has his original element is Hydra, right?
Hmm.
But what if he has another a second element? No, it's Electro. Is it possible to have a? Is it possible if a person can have two visions?
So what I'm hearing is like a freaking dual element person.
Yeah.
Only one with dual elements. I mean, it's possible because
We
look
already
at
seen
Senora.
Tentaglia and Senor did it, yeah.
Because she had cryo.
Cryo
and then
and Pyro.
Yeah, so I mean, it's possible. I mean, if they're able to do it, it's possible.
Hmm.
I mean,
We
well,
really.
actually, now
That might be a
about
good. That would be a good mystery there.
That actually brought up something I wanted to mention one time with Kazuha actually.
Go ahead.
When he did it with the vision thing, it looked like he had Electro mixed in with the
Animo. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's possible. It's possible to be a dual element. Apparently, it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be possible. Yeah, Hoyo's saying it is gonna be possible. We're gonna see two dual elements, but we don't know who'll be the first one.
Yeah.
If Tentaglia is the first one, and then I won't be surprised, because remember,
he is the first person we saw do it.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised he will get a rerun. I guess he will get a rerun, but they will. The reason why they're gonna do a redo, like a rerun, but a redo.
Yeah.
Cause keep this in mind, not many people was impressed with him when he first started. Honestly, I didn't even want to pull for him because, again, it's like there's more characters that he needs to be around with.
Yeah, and it's like for me, his playstyle just doesn't really
fit the rest of the team. I'd say he didn't fit the rest of the team yet. That's why I said I'm gonna keep looking just in case.
Yeah, for me, he didn't fit a team I had, and he also just didn't really fit my personal playstyle. Especially him being supposed to be an archer. Yeah, that just doesn't really.
Okay. So he's still.
But perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me?
Could it be someone you trained with under the same master?
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality.
Okay, that's understandable.
Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Yeah, I'm fine, man.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked him, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Understood.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Okay.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji...
Good idea, Ryuji. Oh no, what do I get the feeling it's not going to be only him?
I'm just hoping that the fact that there's all the freaking rain cools it off over here, I hope.
Yeah, we got sun right now, but once I see that gray change, the gray, that's gonna be fucking... Let me take a look, you guys? Okay, nothing yet.
Yeah, 'cause I know
Alright.
It's been hot over here lately. I mean, it's supposed to be in the upper 80s the rest of the week, and I'm like, you know what? I'll take that instead of the 90s. I'll take it. Just the freaking humidity kills it over here.
Yeah, it does.
Hotter. It makes it even hotter than it actually is. Like, ugh. That's why I say it's freaking. That's why it's so hot over here, because the humidity makes it worse. If it wasn't that humid over here, then it'd be fine.
Okay, so far so good. No idiots around. By me idiots, I mean Ito and his stupid gang. Minus Cookie Shinobu.
Yeah, Shinobu actually uses her brain.
Yeah, minus the rest of the idiots.
And the fact is that she's the gang's babysitter. She's the gang's babysitter.
that is the... Honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, it is true.
It's true, yeah. I said the same thing. As much as I hate to admit it, it's true. She has to babysit Ito. She has to babysit the other three morons. She usually has to babysit all four of them.
Hey there. I'd like to ask you a quick
It's
question.
like the fact. It's like the fact that one thing when if Ito says, "Hey, I'm an adult," and then it's just Shinobu is the adult of the whole group.
Kazuha, we mean.
Even though Ito's a grown man.
So this
still
is the renowned
child.
Mr. Kaedahara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind.
Okay,
We are
it's calming
currently
down now.
investigating an assault and would appreciate any
Getting back
help
on the
you can
Genshin
offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaedahara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaedahara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions of mora? Whoa. Oh, wait. Even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedahara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
Oh, that does make sense.
And the cuteness is there. Take another picture.
Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
It was also not easy for me. That's your way. It was also not easy for me to fight him off.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right, then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Oh, okay, we got someone. The sure name Nagito. And that's a good name I'm gonna think of later. And I'm assuming the one who named Amiyamato Yuya from the Amano clan. That's the name we're gonna find.
Now there's a familiar
Did
name.
I also miss anything? Because I had to explain something like grandmother.
Oh boy.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Well, it's investigate both in at the same time.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
That is true.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Alright. So, we do know the blacksmith. So let's hear what they got to say.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha, what brings you here today?
Huh? You 2 know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the 2 clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Ah, I see.
Yes. You may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Yes, I remember.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, The Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishi art.
The Ishi art, okay.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses
the
its own.
owner. Okay. Looks like that cursive blade chose that,
You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
Okay, that makes sense because Kazuha is still left. Kazuha is the last one left.
Overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift. I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse, and neither of them came back.
A fire?
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Okay, that's kind of weird. So the blade's doing something.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry, you have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
We still need more. We still need to get more info from the Nagato family.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
There's something about it. Ooh, hello. Muscle memory, fucking hell. Oh my god, we're gonna take the shortcut. Uh-oh.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh. What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
That's the only option.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
He did the right thing.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
That started connecting even more now.
I see. I understand. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. during the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home, now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument.
Yep, that's leading to the Cursed Blade. The Cursed Blade is the only one that has that situation. Okay, so it was just like how Kazuha says. Unlike the sword chooses the owner. Not the owner chooses the sword. So that Cursed Blade chose whoever wielded it is just gonna get the emotion of it. So we're gonna find out how.
This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned.
What'd she say?
Rest assured.
Okay, give me a minute, guys. Well.
I was watching the stream, so
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Of course. I knew she was
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance.
Okay, guys, wait a minute.
The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp, and... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
We still missing information.
Right. I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle. Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
This also doesn't seem to connect to the case, that case of the attacker.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, But where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Yep. God dang it, it's always interfering. Okay, answer me this. Oh no, a riddle. Okay, we'll hold on to that riddle later on. All right, let's go look for that investigation.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
I think we can count on you.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in.
Good idea.
It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Tatarigami?
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
So we go now.
Huh. So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Surely someone wouldn't have noticed.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
That explains it.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Oh no.
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
That's dangerous.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
So we end up with just a scar.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at
Oh, for fuck's sake, Paimon. Save. Jesus Christ,
All we can do
Paimon.
now is keep
I
searching
am
in the
not
direction
sending
that the
for him.
Tatarigami energy source.
Say what? Say what?
Shut up.
Say what?
The story is for Kamisato Ayato.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I am not sending for him. 100%.
Okay. It slowly is gonna change in a bit, slowly.
No.
Two ordinary humans.
Let's see if we find
entangled with the Tatarigami.
Oh, great.
I fear much
Still
misfortune
minutes?
has already
Okay.
befallen them.
I do wait for
Let's hurry.
2 minutes.
Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
So the smoke did hit this place very hard. Follow the scent. Okay. The smoke is...
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be dissipating slowly.
Those two parts would be...
Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Alright.
I am not sending for him.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
I'm near that place. Push down. Freaking sure.
Whirling snow!
Thunderclap!
It's...
Look at this red stuff!
by the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite
I like
some
his
time ago.
hairstyle.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's take a look.
Okay. Give me a minute, guys. Just say what this information says, guys. Give me this. I'm not Nagato. I was warned by and he took my most precision blade. I chased him but could not catch him. I lay down here and rest according to my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding, but it seems that some strange power is seducing me. Why did I steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. Even he He even burned my warehouse down. Arguably, it hurts. It hurts. But for some reason, I can't feel unconscious. So all I can do is describe this from the pain I write. What happened to Shika? To Shika? Eugene. I'm sorry. I am so sorry to them. I really am. Only now I do realize how stuck in my ways I was, and how blinded my obsession. I must been cursed. I collected all the strange and bizarre things, but now they won me out. Won me not one of happiness or warmth. Put all this together, it still wouldn't be worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you. I'm sorry to let you down. Let's see. So this is from Nagito. This is from Nagato. So he died. I'm assuming he died.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
Yep.
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
Let's ask the 10-year commission to do a search later.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right! So let's get moving!
How does it come to this?
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami.
The Tamigami sword. So it's the cursed blade.
For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected. It seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait! You figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Okay. Jay, you have the sword, right?
Yeah.
What's the name of the sword?
Let me look real quick. It is called the Kagatsurub Ishin.
Kagatsurub Ishin.
Yeah.
Well, that is basically the Ishin art. Meaning, it's like what Kazuha says. A Toradashi blade. Oh, for fuck's sake. Can that bright light piss off?
Doesn't get annoying.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here.
Oh no. For the love of God, please don't get me hit.
Show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore.
That mean when Jay saw me doing the portal, he he saw me
Kaedehara
got lightning
Kazuha.
struck.
It's you.
Remember that day?
Yeah.
So it is the same
Nothing
guy from
can stop
before.
him
What's your problem,
from
huh? What could
Sherry.
you possibly have
His
against
love.
Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us.
What?
If it is Ame no Miyuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Miyuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Blade.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean...
My new house.
Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself
Jay,
within
it is the
physical
that sword is the
objects, then works to
Tatarigami
subtly
energy.
affect
That's the
any living
Tatarigami blade.
organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of
Why are
mind,
you still
and more
me?
recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy Ame no Miyuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya.
That does give out more information. Give me a minute. Jay, that does give out more information. So, he sent some of his best blacksmith to Snezhnaya. So that is his deepest regret.
He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith.
That is true.
And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Ame no Miyuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful!
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Ame no Miyuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Ame no Miyuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Not good.
You shall rewrite history!
Compared to the storms I've encountered out at sea, this is really quite tame.
Wait, what? No!
You shall rewrite history!
I heard you say something about paying her to set up a date with her brother. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Wind strike!
Join me and sever that divine light!
I'll pass, buddy.
To me!
Nice.
Wind strike! Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
He forgot that he's the real artist.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Then I'll smash you into pieces.
The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
What of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point.
Despair.
There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life, even if you were to sever that divine light. Is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art, But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishinart when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
You're dealing with a crucible? This is a really risky strategy.
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Alright, fine.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected.
If something feels off, let me know immediately.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We'll find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishinart cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
That should fit the bill.
All right. Please lead the way.
What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Alright. We got his body back, but the journey's still going. Oh, I remember this place. This is the place that Raiden 8 found. Alright. Let's see how Kazuha does with this blade. Or the correction is, it called it the cursed blade, but we're gonna call it the Jay, what was the name of it? Tasunogami? You can look back in the stream.
Kagatsura Ishin thingy.
You look back in the stream. Look at the back of the stream when you get a chance. Yeah, like brain just said bleh, like shut down immediately.
This game is so confusing, like Jesus.
Now keep this in mind. Does confirm in Japan's lore. That does confirm that lore because basically there's some blacksmith that some clan. Sure, some of them are blacksmith, but some of them are wielding the sword, very skillful. So that is kind of feel true. Yeah. There it is. This is a place that since Raiden 8 found. Alright. Level 71. We don't have animal, but we're gonna get Kazuha in this one, so. Yep. The prize Genshin blade. Of course, this is animal, so we're not surprised.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Alright.
To the ferry. Let's get down to business.
Wind strike.
Clouds high. The birds call.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he's instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
There goes that music, and I love that music. What a perfect music for it. Hi, boys.
One with nature.
The ferry. As one with wind and cloud.
The wind knows me.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade.
It's growing dimmer.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Wind strike.
And over.
Into the wind. One with nature.
Now you don't have the upper hand.
Falling leaves.
Adore my night.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The shin's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
The wear and tear, sir. It really looks like it's about to break.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Oh, he listened to you?
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from?
You shouldn't keep fighting with this blade anymore.
Yep, we can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Which place is?
Let me try.
Yep, he did switch his blade.
The wind knows me. Into the wind.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry, from here on I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Let's hear what he has to say. Okay.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were warped by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right.
Tatarigami
The
blade.
bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Okay. But first, I saw that and I noticed the cussing when I seen the trailer. Alright. Hey, what do you gotta say?
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my fortune like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Ame no Mayuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix too? Jeez.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryu Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
Alright, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't... In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Alright, we better move. They better make more blades like those. I'm not gonna lie. They better make more blades like those. You heard, Jay? He's muted. And I know I'm just... You know what? I'm just gonna do that too. Okay. So... fulfill the Curse's Blade, or Tasogami's Blade. What should I do, guys? Should I get the... You know what? We're gonna put one more pull for Kazuha, since this story got really interesting, since now we know more about his family's, his clan's true art. Bye. Good enough stamina to still run.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
That was much more relaxing.
Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin Art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma Art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
One final duel. Nice.
The wind knows me. Into the wind. It's fine. The wind knows me.
As one with wind and cloud.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken. In your hands, it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin Art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin Art still has a worthy successor in Kaedahara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedahara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma Art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
I see. He do not want to forgive. So he's doing the right path. He sees the right path. He'd rather see the blade be in the hands in the right user. You know what? I'm gonna think about this right now. So we're gonna head right back to the second command, the member who do know the Kaedahara clan.
Oh, it's Yuya. You have returned.
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity, but I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bantan Sango Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Hyuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way!
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
The decision is yours.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean?
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I am ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
Yes, indeed. After leaving the smithing, you know.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
The remain of defeating the god are nothing.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha?
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Thank you.
Wait! Shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the
With the information now complete. Fully restore. So his consciousness just disappeared. Oh, he's up top. Alright. Here's the final answer. Ooh. Force Havoc. Again, muscle memories.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please, take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan.
Okay. We just got... The reason why I'm doing that because I just need a name for it.
By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Okay.
Mr. Nagato's survival is the one silver lining in this whole catastrophe. We will continue to monitor his condition and hope he recovers soon.
Okay. Good enough. Alright. There it is, the Cursed Blade. Or the correct name correction. Alright. Let's see. Let's see something. Let's see where my percentage is at, and then we'll do one more pull, just in case. And then I'll put my final conclusion because I want to let this to these. Okay, hello. So I'm still in 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Fuck. Give me a minute, guys. 42, if I remember. I'm trying to get my memory. Wait. 36, 37, 38, 39, 39, 40, 41. Yeah, 42. I'm at 42%. Did I say I'm at 43? Let me double check right now, guys. Give me a minute. Yeah, 36. Yep, 42. Yeah, 43. So let's do one more. Hopefully we can get something. This will be 43. Let's see what happens. Okay. Nothing but jack shit. No more. As always. This is like one of the fucking stupid shit that comes in. Anyway. Check on the shop real quick, and then I will put my conclusion. Yeah, we got Diluc. Scroll down. Alright, we got 18 days. So, that's... What's today? Buenos Bienda. My brain is not here today. It's the 13th, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, 15, 16, 17. By Sunday, we should be doing some free pool, or Sunday or Saturday, depending on the situation. Well, that one. Okay. Try not to laugh so hard. Okay. Get all these. Alright. So we're gonna check. Yeah, we're gonna check the girl, how she's doing. Then we'll check the blade. Oh, she disappeared. Oh, is this the wrong direction? Cause I know it's the. Oh no, it's not. It's the wrong direction. Fucking idiot me. Right here. There she is. Well, there's nothing we can hear. There's no comment from her, so there's nothing we can add. So. Basically, we found out they're safe, and he had definitely changed his ways. And turn left? Okay. Alright, let's put in our final conclusion, so we'll tell you what all this intel leads to. Okay. And I got a good music ended here. Alright. So the blade has, let's look at the blade and I'll explain where. Even though I don't have Kazuha because you know. Where is it? There you are, I see you. Only the person who wielded it belongs to the Kazuha. So, you know what? I'm gonna let Kazuha have that weapon. I just feel like it seems to be right. But like he deserved the right to have the right weapon for it. So, to end this off, this blade has been ever since the attack. If we can add all this pieces together, ever since the attack. Give me a minute, I'm trying not to laugh because someone's coming. Ever since the attack, during the attack from the, well, you could say during the Saku decree and all the stuff, the blacksmith, the Kazuha, some of the Kazuha family decided to make a decision to send their blacksmith to Snezhnaya, even though Snezhnaya, being rats, set the lie to it and make them for, I'm assuming, to make their own weapon. My question is what weapon they was trying to get, and if they did, what weapon they using. That does kind of make sense for certain characters. We don't know who. But overall, in the end of the day, this one blade lost his path of darkness, went to the deepest dark, and done the impossible to get to the homeland, just to try to fulfill the master's wish. After he left his conscience, he left the blade, this blade, to Kazuha himself. You know, it makes sense. So now this blade belongs to Kazuha and Kazuha alone. You know, I was thinking, should I get Kazuha so this blade belongs to him? But I think in the end of the day, yeah, you know what? I'm decided to think, yeah, this blade belongs to Kazuha. In truth, I thinking Kojin would have used it, Ayaka, but after seeing how Kazuha using it and how many wielders use, I decided to say, yeah, he's deserved to have this blade. No one should take this blade but him. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna end it here, guys. Hopefully the event of the summon event, hopefully, we'll have some fun part of. But yeah, that's Kazuha's story. I'm not gonna do the hangout because that's not worth it. I'm just gonna do that just for my own. But the event one with official, which Jay gonna have to take care of, that one we're gonna do because this is story we need to find out. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next stream, and like always, subscribe. This is the ATM 77 Unleashed. The channel has been unleashed. You live and you learn. Take care, everyone. Bye.